Hello everybody and welcome to Hockenheim. It's time for the Formula Horizon Season 15 German Grand Prix, or the Mercedes-Benz Grosser Preis von Deutschland Season 15 here in Hockenheim. It's not actually the 1008th race in the series history, but that's what these graphics say. Germany shares borders with 9 other countries. I don't have the list, so I'm not going to read off the list because I don't know what countries Germany borders, but it is 9. A third of Germany is still covered in forests and woodlands, same forests and woodlands that this track used to run through back in the early 2000s. Speaking of the track, here it is, Hockenheim, 4.574 kilometers, 2.8 miles long, 2 DRS zones, which we won't most likely see used today. 17 turns, a lap record of a 1:13.7 by Kimi Räikkönen in 2004. Here are the action zones. In turn 1, you have Fisichella coming together with Schumacher in 2000. Rubens Barrichello went on to win that race at the old layout. Here in turn 6, you have 2014 Lewis Hamilton and Kimi Räikkönen colliding, and Daniel Ricciardo trying to sweep around the outside of both drivers and get a move done at the hairpin. Here in turn 13 in 2018, Sebastian Vettel sliding off the track into the gravel in wet conditions and losing a grasp on the championship that could have been his if things had gone just a little bit better for him that season. Here are the 3 tire compounds, the soft, medium, and hard tires, of course, as always, but we're not going to see any of those get used as it is a wet race this afternoon here in Hockenheim. But let's take a look at the starting grid for today's race. Neo-Hungary starts on pole position in a slightly different look Mercedes alongside Fernando Alonso in second, out qualifying his teammate again. Emerald Diggy starts third for the Red Bull team alongside Easton Bound in fourth for Mercedes. John B. Cool starts fifth, Champions leader John B. Cool starts fifth alongside Jenson Button in sixth place for McLaren. Isaac Spacedal starts seventh alongside Landon Canoka in eighth for Lotus. Great qualifying there. Pierre Gasly gets into the top 10 for Toro Rosso alongside Sebastian Vettel, out qualifying his teammate here in his home race. Luis, I don't know, just outside the top 10 and 11th with Mom Be Cool in 12th for Haas. A great qualifying performance by the Haas driver there. Dad Be Cool starts 13th alongside Luna D. Darling in the Force India and Lotus respectively. Kaida 132 out into Q2 for the first time this season alongside Alan the Alien in 16th. Zuka Boy P17 for Toro Rosso alongside Nicholas Latifi starting 18th for the first time this season. Philippe Pacal starts 19th alongside Nate Cousinot in 20th for Haas. Let's get on to the race though. All the cars are lined up on the grid. And you can see the intermediate and wet tires. And it's lights out and away we go. And it's a very choppy start because the frame rate is really low. You can barely tell what's happening down in turn 1 because of the rain. As they all go through turn 1 pretty calm and collectively, as the grid is all getting shuffled about on the card on the side, as Emerald Diggy gets flipped over and sent over into the runoff area and is out of the race. And there's another flip at the back. I believe it's at Philippe Pacal in the BMW, as there's tons of collisions. And off goes the BMW. Somebody hit him. I think it might have been Nicholas Latifi, and now Philippe Pacal's got back going. So Diggy, Vettel, and Mom Be Cool all out within the first 2 turns. What could have been a great result for Haas now seems to be completely out of their reach. Look, Cousinot has him up in the P15 now. Neo-Hungary still leads from Fernando Alonso in P2. John B. Cool made his way up into P3. Easton Bound 4, Jenson Button 5. As they're all going through the final few corners now to cross the line and start lap 2 in this very, very wet, very laggy German Grand Prix. Isaac Spacedal for P9 not doing very good. The only remaining Red Bull in the race here. Running below Toro Rosso here, Gasly P7 not doing great. Is Red Bull Easton Bound trying to get on the back of John B. Cool here. Pierre Gasly could try a move down at the hairpin. Is not going to on those intermediate tires. So only 3 drivers on the wet tires right now. You have Easton Bound, Kyle 132, and Nate cruising. So only 1 front-running car on wets. Everyone else on intermediates, aside from those 2, arguably backmarker cars. As I don't really have much to say. Golly, this is a very, very laggy race. Okay, you know what? I'm dropping the veil right now. This is too laggy. This is not a good video. I'm just gonna skip ahead and show the results. And here we have Neo-Hungary, who's going to cross the line and win the German Grand Prix for Mercedes in the Braun GP one-off livery. John B. Cool going through the final corners now to maintain the lead of the World Championship. He could win it next race, not here though. John B. Cool comes home P2, Easton Bound P3, and it is a podium for, or a double podium for Mercedes. Anyways, yeah, I'm completely dropping the veil. You all get to see the behind the scenes here. I don't know why the recording is so laggy. I hope this video isn't laggy. Here is the current championship standings going into Long Beach. Next round, John B. Cool leads the championship by 5 points over Neo-Hungary. Sorry, Easton Bound is in third on 87, 77 for Fernando Alonso, 73 for Landon Canoka, 52 drivers on 57 points, that being Isaac Spaceoff and Jenson Button. And technically, there are top 5, all still in contention for the title, although a lot has to go their way for anyone outside the top 2 to win. Thank you all for watching.